Welcome back. Oh, it's Kevin Pollak's Chat Show. But guess what? Chat Show, he's not here. He was here for a minute, but he's gone again. And you're stuck with me again. And some of you have been very nice and written to me on the social medias and told me how much you enjoy my subbing for Kevin. And to you guys, I say thank you. That's very nice.
What about the others?
I'll get to them.
Okay.
But for the others, those of you who have reached out and said, you stink, may I remind you, you have a choice in podcasts. You can listen to this one, or you can go fuck yourselves. So I strongly recommend you do the latter. But you are with me for the next few minutes or so, and I am with one of... In Hollywood, there are universally loved people. Mm-hmm. Meryl Streep, Tom Hanks, Henry Winkler. We could not get any of them. I mean, we had Hanks once, and that was great. But we have really hit the bottom of the barrel here. So we are going after people that nobody really cares for. So I apologize.
I'm so lucky I bumped into you in the elevator.
On behalf of our listeners, I'm so sorry to do this to you guys. But anyway, Rob Riggle's here.
Motherfucker. That was the intro. Well done, actually. Well done. Look how much he tickles himself. The thing of it is, I love you so much. Yeah.
I really do. And nothing gives me greater pleasure than giving you a hard time because I know you get the same great pleasure out of doing the same to me.
I do. I do. And I get it. Nobody gets it more than me with regard to that.
I know. Oh, boy. And this is when the Friars Club invented the roast 180 years ago, their motto was, we only roast the ones we love.
Sure.
And I swear I have found that to be completely true in show business. Like, the people who I say the worst things about to their face are the people I adore the most.
Oh, good.
It's when I say it behind your back. That's when
I got problems.
That's when you know it's real.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're not alone.
Right.
I do a podcast with Sarah Tiana, and she really is unrelenting in her verbal attacks. I always look at her at the corner of my eye, and I'm like, I think she loves me. I think she likes me.
But
I think we're friends.
But
I just have to take her at her word.
Yeah. It could at any moment it could turn.
Yeah.
And she could kill you. I think Sarah could kill you if she wanted to.
Sure she could. She's from Georgia.
Yeah. Buddy, I am so glad to have you here. I was telling Kevin, who sends his best, by the way. So sorry you could not
Is he in some sort of retreat? Where one of those masturbatory retreats up in the mountains?
Yeah, he's at a masturbatorium.
Okay, I forget. That's what it's called.
That's what those are called. Yeah. He's up in I think it's like New York State, like Poughkeepsie somewhere.
Yeah, I've seen him in the winter though. When they do them in the winter, and they have those biodomes, and it's a group of middle-aged men.
Yeah,
and they just go have a big circle jerk.
Yeah. No, yeah. Well, it's where he centers himself.
Okay, but that's where he is now. So he's doing a summer.
He's doing the summer retreat.
So it's like a sweat lodge then. In a way.
Yeah, they're getting pretty warm up there. I mean, he's not allowed to send pictures, but he's sent a few sketches. Wow. So they look pretty disgusting.
Yeah, I can only imagine. No. Yeah, but if he's happy.
Yeah, no, he's fine. He's fine. He couldn't believe when I told him it was a year and a half ago we last had you on the show. Yeah. I believe that was February of 2017. Wow. And when I told him that, he was like, no, that was 6 months ago. I was like, no, that was a year and 6 months ago.
That's what happens.
That's what happens when time flies and you're making great web series, streaming series.
You, my friend, just nailed it there.
I pride myself on my transitions, my segues. So anyway,
well done.
I want to talk about that time you got caught. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I want to talk about what you just touched on.
Yeah. No, I was just going to blow right past that.
I don't think we should. I think we should talk about it.
You sure?
Yeah. Like this is a special event. Just like a couple nights ago, Mars was the closest it's been to Earth in 15 years. In 15 years.
15?
Yeah, just 15.
Like
and it won't be this close. Like normally it's 161 million miles, and a couple nights ago it was 38.5 million miles. So it's flipping close.
I got to tell you, if they were planning a mission to get there,
now would have been the time to start.
Now would have been the time.
However, getting back,
a
little bit of a problem. Okay. Still a couple-year journey.
Yeah.
Because the moon's only 250,000 miles, and that takes like 4 days.
I feel like you're showing off that you are already aware of the distance between the Earth and all the other planets and satellites.
I mean, it's showing off. That's strong language. I don't know if it's showing off as much as just.
And the distance between the Earth and Venus?
Me being better than you.
Any idea on that one?
Huh?
What's that? Distance between the Earth and Venus?
Oh, please.
You want to take a shot at that one?
Don't even. Chandler, Google that shit. You're missing your cue. She should be Googling it and sliding me a piece of paper while I stall. I'm sitting here stalling, waiting for the paper to slide over.
That's all right.
I can read it and go, this is unrelated, Sam.
Yeah.
Sorry. This is, I've got to call that person back. By the way, it's 61 million miles.
Okay, cool. I'm unaware. I don't think it's that close.
No, but you were, the reason I bring it up is because what is about to happen, not only America doesn't know is coming, but the world. This is a global thing that's about to happen, and I feel that most of the citizens of Earth are not prepared for what is about to hit them. And it's not when I say hit, it doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing, but their lives are about to change for the better.
Yeah.
And I'm here, I don't know if you want to call me a prophet or whatever, but as some sort of beacon to let people know that your life is about to change for the better.
For the better.
Because there is a new web series coming out on August 23rd.
And what is the name?
It's called Rob Riggle's Ski Master Academy, and it comes out on Sony Crackle, which is free.
Free.
It's not Hulu. It's not Netflix where you got to pay.
No.
It's free.
Like old-timey TV was for centuries.
Centuries. Call it centuries.
15 centuries. 1,500 years.
Yep. Leonardo da Vinci invented DiCaprio, but also Da Vinci back in 1500s. He invented television.
Yeah.
And he was always thinking this should be free.
Yeah. Yeah, it was 1,500 years ago.
So my point is, and by the way, Sam's being very humble. Sam is one of the cast members.
You're very sweet. I actually requested to be completely cut out of it.
Well, that didn't happen. You're in the episodes. We have your name, banner, flashing, your own card.
Come on.
Your own card. It says Samm Levine wanted this.
I requested the Kevin Spacey treatment, which in the old days meant something very different than it does now. Now it means they remove you from the movie and reshoot you with Christopher Plummer.
I'm not even going to ask what it meant in the old days because I don't want to go down that road.
Well, you were never invited to those parties. Did you not get the message? Did Christopher Plummer not show up and...
I got no message.
He did not.
Nothing.
So I'm still in this.
You are all over this thing.
All right, you got to give me a second. I have to text my parents because this is going to be very upsetting.
I'm sure it will be because your performance is, I don't even know what they give out. Is it a Webby or an Emmy? I don't know. Probably a Golden Globe for sure.
I think it's some sort of Mark Twain Nobel Prize thing.
Well, I'm not going to say it's not.
Okay.
But the cast is amazing, as you well know. The show is 8 episodes. It is season 1 of what's going to be the thing that changes the world and I think causes world peace.
Now, they say that you can't really oversell a show. Yeah. And I am inclined to agree with that. I think you've sold this thing appropriately and, legitimately. Yeah. And you are not heightening expectations. You are fair in your description of what the show will accomplish.
Thank you. I like to think that I'm being fair. I try to be objective, even though I am intimately involved in this. So there's a level of subjectivity but I do feel I'm being very objective when I say you will want to take all your clothes off. You will want to run outside. Yep. And you will want to do something. And I don't know what that is, whether it's kill yourself or light yourself on fire or have sex with a mud hole.
You could do all 3 of those things. Not in that order.
Something's going to happen inside you.
Yeah.
And you can't turn it off once it happens. It's like you can't unring the bell once you see this.
Sure. So by this account, it sounds like come August 24th, most of the world will be in turmoil.
Yes, but that will be short term.
Okay.
And then I call that the time of troubles.
Okay.
And the time of troubles will probably last from August 24th to probably till September 3rd.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah. But that's
10 days. We can get through that.
A lot of trouble. A lot of fucking trouble in that time. But then an amazing calm will come over people.
Wow.
And you're going to see world peace and end of starvation.
This is, I got to say, I thought we were just making like a goofy show.
Yeah, a comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we were making a goofball comedy show.
No, this is like a new Bible.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like the Book of Eli.
Yeah. In a way.
In a way.
Yeah. So again, I don't want people to go, okay, Jesus, Riggle, we get it. You know, you just need to know there is a storm coming, and consider this. Call me the Kreskin, modern day Kreskin, because I'm telling you right now what the future holds for you. And on August 23rd, your face is going to melt off.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I was just getting to like my face. I haven't liked it most of my life, but now you're telling me
gone.
Poltergeist style, just coming right off.
Huh. In a great way, though.
Okay.
Like you'll be glad it melted off.
Oh. All right. So it's not going to be like Raiders of the Lost Ark melt off, like, oh, my face melted. I'm sad now.
God, no, that's terrible.
Okay.
No, this is a good face melt. Yeah. Guys, 24/7 boners. Ladies, whatever the equivalent is for you.
I mean, I could think of a few things. They call it a lady boner. You can call it a lady boner.
I don't know anything about that. I'm trying to think of what makes them happy. Shopping? 24/7
shopping.
24/7 Every girl in every lady just shook their head like, that's not us. That's not what we like.
No. 24/7, a good book and dark chocolate and a glass of wine.
Yes.
And
a little fire and no more bullshit.
No more bullshit.
Yeah.
And The Bachelorette's coming on.
Yeah.
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 Rob, if for a brief second we could hop in this spaceship and come back to Earth.
Yeah.
If all of this talk actually made someone go...
I'm sorry, I'm going to let you finish this, but you say it as if this was if it's happened to me. So let's just say when it happens again.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
When it happens again.
Thank you.
And we come back to Earth. And people who are listening to this are like, I don't know, I wanted to learn about this show that the two of them were seemingly talking about, but they were making virtually no sense.
Yeah.
Rob was hyping it up like I was going to die if I watched it, like it was The Ring of streaming series. And then I got confused, and it was 8 minutes of babble nonsense. So if anyone's feeling that way, that'll be like 2 people out of like 150,000 who are listening to this right now. And they wanted to actually know a little bit about the show.
Yeah.
I would say the first question they would have is, was this a Being John Malkovich situation? Was the show already called Rob Riggle Ski Master Academy, and then they just asked to see if you were available? Or was it something else in play? That's my question to you.
It was something else.
Okay.
It was an idea that I had. Oh. So that takes the whole Malkovich equation out of it.
Gone.
It was an idea that I had. It was supposed to be called Rob Riggle's Jet Ski Academy.
It was.
But the good folks at Kawasaki would not let us use the name Jet Ski.
They poo-pooed it.
They poo-pooed it, which I thought was just a awful move on their part.
I agree.
But they said nay. So we changed it to Rob Riggle's Ski Master Academy. And it's supposed to be a ridiculous comedy. With really there's no agenda, there's no messaging. It's just straight up yucks.
It is in the echelon of goofy things that I've done, and I know you've certainly done. For me, at least, it's in the top 3 of goofiest, most fucking ridiculous things I've ever been a part of.
That is probably the highest praise I could seek or receive.
And I was on an episode of That's So Raven. So, I mean, the bar is high. High.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So let's talk about our pals who are also in this show.
Oh my gosh, so many great people.
So many great people.
People that I did improv with coming up in the UCB back in the
60s?
late 90s.
Oh.
I mean, like I started with some of these guys. Billy Merritt and I.
So funny.
Who plays Dirk in the show. Eliza Coupe.
Eliza Coupe. She's on Future Man.
Yes, she's amazing.
People will certainly recognize her.
And she was on a TV show called Happy Endings, I think, for a while, and I did a couple episodes of that. And she was a UCBer briefly for a while.
Okay.
And I went out and reached out to a bunch of guest celebrities, guest stars that we have that come on the show, people that I've always liked or worked with and enjoyed their company off camera.
Yep.
So I'm like, I can hang with this person. Dermot Mulroney's going to be on the show. Cheech Marin's going to be on the show. Chris McDonald's going to be on the show.
Amazing.
We have Jamie Lynn Sigler. We have David Arquette. We have some of the greatest guest appearances you could ever imagine. And I'm thrilled. And our cast, Allison Rich.
Allison Rich.
I was about to say Bria. That's why I was
Britt Baron.
Oh, Britt Baron's amazing.
Dave Gruber Allen, who's my old pal from Freaks and Geeks.
Such a good one.
Rizwan Manji.
There you go.
Who else? Carl Tart.
Yes.
And who? Oh my God, Noel Wells, the great Noel Wells.
Yes.
Everybody loves Noel.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's and what we said, Chris McDonald, Shooter McGavin. Because you're like, who's Chris McDonald? Shooter McGavin. Shooter.
Yeah. So many, and there's ones we're not even mentioning. I want to be clear about that. You and I are holding back.
Yes.
On purpose.
Yes.
Because people's heads will explode.
We can't let them know everything.
Everything. You got to dangle that carrot a little bit. And so it's about. It takes place in the alternate universe where people's faces are melting off, where your character is named Rob Riggle.
Yeah.
And in this world,
this is a heightened version of myself and a grosser version of myself, but still, I think, a very funny version of myself. It's the kind of like it's like me on 4.
On 4?
Yeah.
Not 8 or 9.
No.
This was 4.
10 would be my best self.
Yeah.
4, where I'm not my best self. I'm kind of a dirtball. But I'm trying. I kind of mean well.
I'm going to be honest. I've known you a long time now. This was the most accurate portrayal of you I've ever seen.
Wait, what are you saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying the guy you were in between action and cut most closely resembles the version of you that I've seen when like waiters aren't around.
Wow. That's because I was playing like a real piece of shit. Like a real...
Weird.
Yeah, that is weird because I don't know how you picked that
anyway, up. So in this world, what has this Rob Riggle done that the regular world people won't have known?
What's that mean?
So your character was in a series of movies.
Yes, the backstory is that Oprah has her school. Now LeBron James has his school.
Yep.
I'm kind of this B-list celebrity who's like, I got to get in the school business. So I opened my own jet ski academy.
Right.
Ski academy. Now, the background on it is we've created this world where I am the Vin Diesel.
Right.
If you will. Like he is, what Vin Diesel is to Fast and Furious, I am to jet ski movies.
Yep.
And so I am the jet ski stud of all studs, and I made a series of movies based on that world.
Yeah.
Ski No Evil,
Yep.
Revengeance, Ski Ya Later, Assignment Ski Master, Assignment Tampa Bay.
Yep.
So there's a bunch of just really funny movies that we have, that we made, super action packed, all this great stuff. And now I've taken all that money and I've opened an academy to help people really just learn about personal watercraft safety.
Right.
Which I do a terrible job at. Now I've hired Dirk, who played by Billy Merritt, who is my stuntman, to
help really run the academy.
To run the academy, the day in, day out, the nuts and bolts. I'm more of a figurehead who makes a lot of bad decisions and spends a lot of money.
And tell us about your character, though. What was that? Oh, all right. I sorry, I thought you were talking. It's just not important.
That's why.
There it is.
I love it.
Thank you. I was so excited actually when I found out that this was going to be on Crackle because I enjoy Crackle because it's like watching TV when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like you'd put on an episode of The Simpsons or whatever, and you'd watch, and then there'd be a few commercials, and you pee or fill your soda up or whatever. You come back, and then there's more entertainment, and it doesn't cost you a goddamn dime, like God intended.
That's right. That's right. Free entertainment.
Free entertainment.
Free laughs. Free joy. Don't cost nothing.
Nothing. You've already got that ridiculous data plan on your cell phone. You got unlimited data.
Yep.
Nothing's going to stop you.
Yep.
Why do you have to be such an asshole and not have the Crackle app?
That's all I'm asking.
That's what I'm asking.
Don't be an asshole any longer, though.
No.
Because now that you know the good news is coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. August 23rd.
August 23rd.
You can get ahead of the curve now.
And you know what I found out also? You're not going to believe this. All episodes, same day.
Oh, yeah.
No waiting.
I knew that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I assume that's true. Yeah.
Let's go with it.
If it's not true, I'm calling Sony right now and making it true because I just said it with authority.
Yes, you did.
So that means you're like, oh, I only want to, I binge, like I wait till they're all available and I watch them. Guess what, dickhead?
Or
they're all
good citizen.
No, you're an idiot. And guess what, idiot? You lucked out. They're all available.
Well, I just want the idiots out there to know that I don't think you're an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a big fan of yours.
The last time I sat here in this lovely booth at the Earwolf Studios, I was sitting across from a bona fide movie star, Jonathan Rhys Meyers. I was so respectful to him because, he took time out of his busy movie star life to come and...
Jonathan Rhys Withers?
Meyers. I promise you know who he is. I want to take this opportunity to thank him again for stopping by the Earwolf Studios, being such a lovely guest.
I'm here now, though. I'm here now.
Rob, hang on one second. Being such a lovely guest.
That guy?
Yeah. Isn't he handsome?
I actually like him.
Yeah, he's great.
He was in Bend It Like Beckham.
Yep, he sure was. He sure was. Yeah, he was the coach.
Him.
Yeah.
And he was in some other thing.
He was in Mission Impossible 3.
Wasn't he in like King of Scots? Or Queen of
yeah. He was on the Tudors.
Tudors.
On Showtime.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to just reminisce about how great it was having Jonathan Rhys Meyers in there.
Did you like him because of his accent?
I mean...
Or did you like him because of the man?
Accent.
The man or the accent? Be honest.
It started with the accent, but I fell in love with the man.
That's honest.
And then he taught me a little bit about world history. And some of our listeners have offered up alternate takes on what he was trying to teach me, and that's fine. It was a whole debate about...
I can tell you about history. Ask me something.
About German potentially being the official language in the United States around revolutionary times.
Well, that's a bucket of shit.
That's what the internet has told me. That's not what he was telling me. But here's the thing. I'm not interested.
I'll kick his fucking ass back to Scotland with that bullshit.
I'm a product of today. I don't care about facts. I care about entertainment. And
so are you with the news media?
And you know what the best entertainment is?
What?
Rob Riggle Ski Master Academy, dropping on Sony's Crackle August 23rd, all episodes.
God bless.
I'm good at transitions, and I'm good at dropping the hints for what people should watch. Yep. Speaking of transitions, I heard that you hit a guy in your car on the way to the studio. Please elaborate.
I hit no one before the rumor mill starts. I hit no one. Chan, did I hit anybody with my car?
Ooh, she made a face. That sounds like a yes to me.
Was it a hit, like a hit, or did I run over a foot?
Maybe you just run over it. Like, define hit.
Yeah, define hit.
There was high-speed contact between the vehicle Rob was driving and a person.
Oh, no.
No?
No. I would remember that.
You sure?
I feel like.
I don't know what car Rob drives. That's more of the question, Sam.
I didn't specify a model or a make. I just said the car he was driving. Look, if there's everybody knows Rob has been a shill for Alfa Romeo since they started making cars.
Not anymore.
And here's the thing. He just doesn't know how to drive. Rob learned a lot in the Marines. The one thing they did not teach him was how to drive like a
I had it out with Alfa, and we don't do it anymore. I don't do the whole Alfa Romeo.
You don't do it anymore.
Here's what I drive.
What do you drive?
I drive a stretch Humvee limo. And I will tell you right now, in LA, parking is hard.
Yeah.
It is hard to park that. And let's be honest.
Yeah.
At $3.58 a gallon, that thing soaks up about 6 miles to the gallon.
Wow.
And I got the extended gas tank, but it's still I'll go from Hollywood and Vine to Hollywood and Highland.
That's like not even a mile, maybe a mile.
And I'm almost on half a tank.
Half a tank. That's it.
So, and I've spent probably close to somewhere in the neighborhood of $240 in gas.
That's just today.
That was this afternoon. That was to get here.
But how is your relationship with Uber? Because obviously that's what
I've heard of Uber.
What you're doing with this vehicle, I assume.
No.
The stretch Humvee, you just need the space.
And status. I need status.
But you're driving it. You're not in the back.
No. I don't always have to be driving it.
So I guess when someone's like, I wonder who's in there, and you can be like, technically, Rob Riggle's in there. It doesn't matter if he's in the front or the back. I will
tell you, and your 100 or so listeners, because it's a very intimate group.
I know them all by name.
I will tell you that there have been occasions at long lights when I have jumped into the back and popped up through the moonroof and told everybody at the intersection, suck it, fuck you guys, ha ha ha. This is what I do. And, like have some cocaine on a mirror and then I'll real quick, fuck all you. Then I go back into the moonroof, into the Humvee, run back up to the front because I can actually run on the thing. Run back up, dive in, and just make the light.
You pull a Lloyd Christmas.
Or what happens a lot of the time is I'll get stuck in the box, and not I like my car. I'll be almost to the next block, but my Humvee is still in the box of the last. Don't block the box.
Oh, I'm familiar. I mean, it's not a West Coast term.
It's probably not a West Coast thing.
It's an East Coast thing, but yeah.
Yeah, because West Coasters have no concept. They block the box.
They block all the time.
All the time.
They don't know what the box is.
But my vehicle blocks the box in almost
every intersection you drive through.
Yeah, I can't think of one example where it hasn't.
Yeah. Again, I want to, if you haven't listened to my interview with Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, he was a gentleman. We came in and we talked about his career and we talked about his upcoming film, Damascus Cover. If you haven't checked it out, I think it's on streaming soon, so check it out. But Rob is here, and here's the thing. Oh, Rob. Oh, wow. These are high-quality microphones. Rob is drooling.
That is vodka. That is the phase of the interview.
Rob, look, I knew that you're a pretty boring guy. So I asked the internet before you showed up if they had any questions for you, any burning Rob Riggle questions.
Yes.
And you know me, I like to involve the audience, the ones who aren't dickheads.
Yeah.
I love involving them in the show.
Good.
And so they have come up. This is true, I've gotten about 50 or so tweets now. Maybe 6 of them are good questions.
Okay.
And I want to ask you some of my favorites.
And let's also ask some of the questions that probably shouldn't be asked.
Oh, some of the bad ones.
Yeah.
Done. You want to start with one of those?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Did he say pow, P-O-W, or pa, P-A-A in Step Brothers? Follow up. And does he have video of Kobayashi eating another man's woohoo in international waters?
All right, let's start with the first part of the question.
Oh, that came from at BenCoffee16.
All right, BenCoffee16. Here's I'm going to just dive in.
Yep.
First of all, it's what I was screaming is P-O-W. Pow.
Pow.
Pow. Not pa.
Okay.
Pow. And with regard to your second part of your question, do I actually? No, that was an improvised comedic line.
Oh.
So there was no actual. Kobayashi's a national hot dog eating champion.
He's a hero.
A treasure.
Yeah.
And he, I was trying to paint a visual picture in people's heads of what it would be like, the kind of veracity with which I would eat dick. And so I engaged Kobayashi's name.
Yep.
But there is no video of him eating anybody's penis in international waters or anywhere else.
And if there were, you would own it, though, right?
I believe I would.
Okay.
I would buy the rights, kind of like Michael Jackson bought all the Beatles music.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I would do that.
Okay. That's great. So there you go, Ben Coffey. That answers your questions. It was Pow, and he owns that video. Here's a good one, an actual question from, her name is Linda Shortman, and her handle is @MomLovesFilm.
Oh, okay.
That's a good handle.
I like that.
And she says, I've always liked his comedy, but I'm interested in his military service and his role in 12 Strong. Does he prefer comedy or drama? And then she also added, enjoying your hosting while Kevin's away. Keep up the good work. Linda, let me take the next 18 minutes to thank you.
Here we go.
From the bottom of my heart.
I knew there was a reason he's reading that. I knew it. I knew it.
It's the people like you that I get up and drive into Hollywood and do this podcast for.
Damn it.
And if you'd like to DM me your address, I can send you
Linda,
some memorabilia.
Don't. I'm begging you, Linda. I know this guy. It'll be the worst fucking mistake you've ever made. Don't send him anything else. Not even a kind word. Just let it lie where it lies now. Because he'll talk about it. We'll be here a year from now. We'll still be bringing up Linda and the kind words that you shared with us.
I'm so sorry you had to listen to all of that, Linda. I guess, all right, let's placate just for... All right, Rob, answer Linda's question. She's interested in your military service. 12 Strong.
12 Strong, military
comedy,
service.
Drama, blah,
Got
blah.
it.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Linda, for your kind words. And I'm glad you enjoy the comedy, and I'm glad you enjoy the service. I served in the Marine Corps for 23 years total, retired as a lieutenant colonel.
Wow.
While I was, interesting story about 12 Strong, that movie takes place in October of 2001, right after 9/11. They were the first guys in to join up with the Northern Alliance, and they were fighting their way to Mazar-e-Sharif. I, as a young captain, joined that unit in November of 2001. And I reported to Lieutenant Colonel Max Bowers, and I used to brief him every morning and brief him every evening, and was working out in the population of Mazar-e-Sharif, among the citizenry, and the local mullahs and the officials and, all that good stuff. So I was out and about every day. And then it turns out I play Lieutenant Colonel Max Bowers in the movie. So I'm playing my former commanding officer in the movie. So, and I knew a lot of those guys very intimately because we all lived in the same place, and we, shared the same small space for many months. So there's definitely a connection with that movie.
That's great.
Yeah.
And do you prefer comedy or drama?
I prefer comedy. Comedy's always going to be the thing that ignites my fire. However, I did recently get a chance to do 12 Strong and a movie called Midnight Sun, where I got to take some drama out for a walk, and I loved it. Oh, I did love it. I did.
There is definitely a truth to, I think, comedians being able to go to darker depths when they branch over and do drama versus serious dramatic actors trying to find their funny bone.
Right.
It's weird how it is so easy for so many comedians to do that dark role.
I think it's because if a comedian is willing and allows himself or herself to touch or to be vulnerable, to open themselves up to the pain in their life, they can be. I think they can be wonderful dramatic actors.
They can.
It's hard to do that. Not everybody wants to do that. That's why they're comedians. They mask their pain with a lot of comedy.
They certainly do.
But I think you're right. I think that's probably not easier, but a more realistic thing. As opposed to a dramatic actor saying, "And now for the yucks."
Right, and
it doesn't work.
And
like
the
that.
two perfect examples I think we can give would be Robin Williams in, let's say, his Academy Award-winning role in Good Will Hunting, and then the other example would be Al Pacino in Jack and Jill. If you haven't seen it, don't. Okay, Sean Stewart at XOME. I think it's supposed to be awesome, but it's not spelled right. One. Sean says, have him apologize for my wife, Erin, hating him. She can't get over the pow scene in Step Brothers. So if you'd like to apologize, I guess to his wife, Erin?
Erin, I can't apologize for it because my biggest sin was trying to make you laugh, and I won't apologize for that. So go pound sand.
On Rob's behalf, I'd like to apologize to Erin. He's a proud guy, but he doesn't know when to own up to his own failures.
It's not a failure. A lot of people enjoy that moment, enjoy that scene.
All right. That's all right. You don't worry about it. It's fine.
I retract his apology.
What is from Farva 1996 at Farva 1996? What is your go-to drink at the Sandbar in Lawrence, Kansas?
Wow.
That's a good. You were enjoying this question.
Well, I used to bartend there when I was in undergrad.
Oh, I'm guessing Farva knows about this.
And look, there's no secret to me at the Sandbar. Mm-hmm. It's beer.
Okay.
Cold, multiple, domestic.
What's your beer then? Oh, I don't know. Maybe you don't want to say in case you get one of those sweet.
Like last year with the Dos Equis. Mm-hmm. Fine quality lager.
Hey, I'm not complaining.
No, it really is cold. Cold.
Whatever's coldest.
Cold.
It's got to be cold.
Cold. Don't play me.
Doesn't it ever bother you? It bothers the hell out of me when I'm watching an advertisement for beer, mm-hmm. and one of the boasts in the ad is how cold their beer is. Mm-hmm. I'm like, unless I come to the factory mm-hmm. and I'm drinking it right out of the tap, isn't the temperature of the beer kind of up to me at that point? Like, once I've purchased it from the store. Mm-hmm.
I think what they're trying to say, I think you're reading too much into it. Okay. You're overthinking.
Okay.
I think what they're saying is best served cold is the overarching message. Best served cold.
They don't say that.
Well, because I think it's assumed.
I don't know that it's assumed. It kind of bugs me.
I feel like if we lined up 10 people and mm-hmm. asked them all, they would say, oh, yeah, it's probably better served cold.
All right. Agree to disagree. This is not a question, it's a statement, but we should definitely... No, it's a sweet one.
Okay, good. Because a lot of times that is, you are the biggest turd I ever saw.
I've skipped right over those. those are the bulk of the 50.
Yeah.
Fuck you both. Yeah, no, thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate you chiming in. Here is one, a gentleman named Dave, at WF Dave. He says, anything about you and all the big slick events in KC means so much to our community that you come out every year and help so much. And this is real. This is what I have referred to since 2011 as my favorite weekend of the year.
Very nice. You and Kevin have been such great supporters of the Big Slick. You guys come in every year. I think you've only missed one.
I wasn't at the very first one.
Okay.
And Kevin had to skip one once because he was getting an award.
Johnny Carson.
He was getting
Comedy Award.
A very prestigious Johnny Carson Comedy Award.
Very prestigious award. Yeah.
So we will allow him that.
Yes.
But yes, for better or worse, we have been there every single year since the beginning.
Yeah. And that is quite impressive. Quite impressive. And it means a lot to Kansas City, which is a really wonderful town full of very nice people. They have an amazing children's hospital there called Children's Mercy. Mm-hmm. And the work they do there is unbelievably groundbreaking. They're saving lives every day. Their survival rate is improving. And over the last 9 years, we've managed to raise quite a bit of money with the help of guys like you who come in, fly in, and give us an entire weekend of your time to spend with the kids, spend with the people of Kansas mm-hmm. City, go to multiple events to raise money mm-hmm. For Children's Mercy. So it's an honor to be part of that, and you're a very good man for coming.
Thank you, but this is not about me. This is what Dave and I would love to talk about, at least I would. You did sort of give the broad strokes, but, and forgive me, I did not re-listen to either of your two previous appearances on the show in prep for this, not because I'm not professional, mm-hmm. but I just can't stand the sound of your fucking voice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Anyway, so I don't know if you've already covered this.
Yeah.
But how did Big Slick come to be? I mean, it's you and four other guys,
wonderful guys,
heavyweights in the acting comedy world.
You're absolutely right.
It's you, Jason Sudeikis, Paul Rudd, Eric Stone Street, and Dave Koechner.
That's correct.
All Kansas City boys.
All from Kansas City.
Yeah.
In 2009, Children's Mercy asked me to host their Red Hot Nights event, which is in February, kind of like a Valentine's Day, so it's a black tie event.
Okay.
And I did, and we raised a lot of money, but they had me performing in the round with a bunch of stuffed shirts. Everybody was in tuxedos and fancy dresses, mm-hmm. they had me telling corny jokes, and I just I felt shoehorned into it, and it didn't feel great. However, we raised money, and they were very smart because they said, why don't you come take a tour of the hospital? You can see it for yourself. So I was like, sure. So I went and I met the staff. I met the doctors, the nurses. I met the kids. Yep. I met the parents. I'm a parent myself. So it kind of hit me like a thunderbolt, actually. I said, oh, I've got to support this hospital. The work they do is really life-saving.
It's important what they're doing there.
And they're saving lives. It's really, we use that as a punchline, and we always joke about it or whatever, but it was amazing to see the things I saw. I watched them do open heart surgery on a 9-day-old baby where just 1 year prior, if that baby had been born 1 year prior, that baby would have died. And yet they were able to save that baby's life. And not only that, that baby's going to have a totally normal functioning life. Yeah.
Because of the research.
Because of the research and the equipment they have and the specialized doctors they have. So anyway, I was like, I'm in. I don't know what it's going to be, but I want to create my own event. And I said that to Children's Mercy, and they're like, knock yourself out, kid, do what you got to do. So I was like, all right. So I sat down with my brother-in-law down at the Lake of the Ozarks. We were sitting on a dock, and we were brainstorming. And I was like, how can I get, we ought to capitalize on some of this minor celebrity that I have or whatever, because I was on The Daily Show, I think, at the time. Okay. And I said, let's do something where, because I said, what are the people I hang out with? They're all degenerate gamblers.
This is true.
They all play poker. Poker was just everywhere at the time. So I was like, why don't we have a poker tournament in Kansas City? I know that we can get some celebs to come back. Sure. And so that was it. So we said, okay, let's do that. We'll do a poker tournament, and all the money will go to, and we'll bring in celebrities, and that'll get some attention. And we'll at the last minute we said, let's have an auction too while we're at it. That night we can raise some more money that way. We had like 5 items, and they were like, some guy was like, you can sell this motorcycle if you want it. We were like, dynamite. I mean, no kidding. It was that crazy. And I was like, you can come to the Daily Show. I'll take you on a tour. And like, it was just thrown together. Yeah. And now at that time. So then it started. I ran into Paul Rudd at the Daily Show Christmas party. Okay. And I got him off in a corner. I said, hey, Paul, I'm going to do this thing for Children's Mercy. I don't know what it is, but I know you play poker. I play poker. We got friends that play poker. So what if we just called some of our buddies, had them come into Kansas City for a weekend. We'll play poker. We'll drink. It'll be a lot of fun. And we'll raise some money. It'll be a good time. Paul was like, I'm in. Great. Which I loved him for, because he was like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. So I was like, oh, great. So then I'm sitting around the next day going, I got Paul Rudd. This is good. Yeah. Because there's strength in numbers here.
And this is pre-Ant-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Rudd,
absolutely.
Oh, man. So you try to get him now. No way he says yes to you.
No way.
No way.
No way.
Not a chance.
Well, I'm not even in the same room with him. I don't even get to ask the question.
No.
So I call him up and I say, hey, listen, I'm thinking about bringing in Sudeikis, because he's another Kansas City man. Yeah. And the reason I approached Paul is because he's a Kansas City man as well. So I said, and I knew Sudeikis from SNL. So I said, Sudeikis, he's a Kansas City guy. He loves Kansas City. I'm going to call him and ask him if he wants to join us. And Rudd was like, do it. So I called Sudeikis and I said, hey, I got Rudd, me, do you want in? And he's like, absolutely. So that was it. For the first 5 years, I think it was just the 3 of us as the host. And that first year, I remember I was shooting a movie called The Other Guys in New York. And on the weekends, on Friday night specifically, we'd wrap and we'd go over to Adam McKay's house or his apartment, and we'd play poker all night, all night. Me, Will Ferrell, Owen Burke, Chris Henchy, Damon Wayans Jr. Like, we had a good group of people, and we play poker. Well, I realized, the movie's getting ready to wrap. And the first big slick is about to happen. And I'm like, I might as well. So I go, hey guys, listen, I'm doing this thing in Kansas City. I've never done it before. It's a charity event. We're going to play poker and have a good time. And any way you guys want to come? And they didn't miss a beat. This is why I love these guys. Will Ferrell, Adam McKay. I mean, these are the Academy Award winner, Adam McKay. And they'll go, yeah, we'll come. Yeah. I mean, without a thought. They're just like, yeah, we'll come. I was like, really? That's amazing. And so I think getting Will Ferrell that first year really helped because Kansas City media responded. People, and so then we got some great pictures and some video, and we got a couple headlines maybe for the local paper, and And nobody really knew what was going on for the first 3 years. It took about year 4 or 5 before people in Kansas City started going, hey, what is this thing? I keep hearing about this thing. You guys,
right.
And now it has grown into, like, the first year we set a goal of raising $50,000, and we raised $100,000.
Yep.
And then the last year 9, we raised in one weekend $2.2 million. So, I mean, it's
3 days.
Yeah, it's grown. You can see the growth.
Oh boy, can you?
And next year for our year 10, we're trying to cook up something really special.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's going to be scary because it'll be new.
Yeah.
We're going to go down uncharted water, which always means chaos and confusion and mistakes. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, we're going to grow this thing, and we're going to see what we can do.
Boy.
Yeah, it's good. I want to add
please.
Dave Keckner and Eric Stonestreet,
Yes.
also great Kansas City men.
Wonderful Kansas City
And we
guys.
invited them to the first 3 Big Slicks.
Yeah.
Or Big Slick 2 and 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
And they came, and then we were like, this is crazy. These guys are Kansas Cityans. They should be with us, strengthen numbers. So we asked them, I said, will you join us? And they said yes. So now we have 5 hosts.
Amazing.
And so anyway, I didn't want to leave them out. They have been an amazing part of the team.
Absolutely. And so this past year when I was there, the thing that I was hearing a lot of when we have many meet and greet parties and whatnot with the wonderful people who donate, and one of the things I was hearing most often was, oh, I'm not from here. Like, me and my wife, we live in Chicago or Detroit or wherever, but we've heard about Big Slick, and so now we come down here every year for it.
That's amazing.
And that was blowing my mind. Like, it's not just Kansas City taking care of its own.
Yeah.
It's people from all over the country now coming in for this crazy weekend for a wonderful cause.
Yeah.
So I say to you, sir, if people are listening to this and they're like, well, shit, I want to participate somehow. Maybe I can't be there, but I would love to get one of those great T-shirts. I want to do a thing. How can they donate, Rob? How can they learn more?
BigSlickKC.org. All you need to know. Go there. The beautiful website. It'll take you on a journey. You'll never forget. You'll get to learn all about it, and there's all kinds of different ways you can donate or get involved, and we would love to have you.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's good that people know about it. I'm glad to hear that too, because I think year 10 we are going to do something really fun and special.
Oh God, I can't.
And it's so funny because I was cleaning out my desk the other day, and I found a copy of the first Big Slick guest list. There was like 8 celebrities on it. 8.
Yep.
Okay, there was 3. There was the 3 hosts.
Yep.
And then we had 5 guests.
Yeah.
This last year, we have 5 hosts, and we had over 40.
Over 40.
Over 40 celebrities came into town for this.
Yeah.
We actually were having to turn people away. So it's gotten to a really cool level.
You turned people away, celebrities.
Yes. We ran out of rooms.
We're just going to stop recording for a minute. What the fuck are you still doing inviting me? I'm way not famous enough. I don't know.
Are you kidding me?
Is it like a guilt thing?
Loyalty counts.
All right.
Loyalty counts. And you're a big celebrity. Don't start.
All right, now we can start recording again. All right, well, that's a shame for the people we had to turn away. I don't know. It's, try better luck next time, I guess. Hey, buddy, can we talk about a little film called Night School?
Oh, snap.
Which I've seen the trailer for.
Yes.
And I don't know if you know this about me. I do not enjoy laughing.
Huh.
I'm pretty dead inside.
Huh.
I lead a very serious life.
Okay. That doesn't feel like you.
Yeah, no, that's, anytime I laugh, it almost hurts.
Wow.
Yeah, it causes physical pain. So I do it very sparingly. However, once a year, I will allow myself to watch a very funny movie to try to get the hurt out. Just so that if I accidentally chuckle at like a meme or something, it's not as bad. It's not as jarring.
I get it. It's like a callus.
So would you recommend Night School? Because based on the trailer, it certainly seems like this is a movie that is going to make me laugh a lot. Caused me a significant amount of pain in doing so, but worth it in the end for the rest of my year.
You're gonna die.
Take a minute. Rob. Oh boy.
Oh God, I just got all choked up thinking about how much pain you're gonna be in.
So tell me a little bit about what I'm certain is going to be the movie that kills me. Night School.
This Night School, starring Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish.
I'm unfamiliar with them. No, wait. They're 2 of the biggest stars in the world, right?
That's right.
That's what I meant to say.
That's right.
Yeah.
The cast, it's a great ensemble cast. It's a funny movie. I think in your scenario,
yes,
you will laugh till you die,
okay,
physically die,
okay,
because of the pain that you experience.
Worth it, though.
if you're going down, that's the way to go down.
Okay.
For everybody else, just a straight laugher.
Oh.
Straight laugher. You're going to walk out of there really pleased with the comedy and the hijinks. We filmed it down in Atlanta last fall. It was a blast to film. Everybody was in good spirits. It was because there was a lot of, get a load of this, night shooting for night school. So it's not always fun to be, start your day at 7 p.m. and end it at 7 a.m. But everybody did it with just a really great attitude because we were having so much damn fun.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a funny movie. I think people enjoy it.
I enjoy shooting nights because then it allows me, for at least the time that I'm doing that, to get people to understand my usual schedule.
Because you're a vampire.
I am a vampire person.
Thank you. I figured. Now, are you a real vampire or one of those? I'm on Phil Donahue, who's not even. Let's not even use that as an example.
Wow.
That was a deep cut. That was a deep track.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd have gone Geraldo, but okay. Phil Donahue.
Jerry Springer. Are you one of those Jerry Springer vampires that come on and does the whole act, or are you like a real? I need to go out tonight and hunt.
It varies, but the truth of the matter is, I was just at a film festival. And they wanted me, unbeknownst to me, they didn't ask me until the night before. Someone was like, "Oh, you're going to come on and do the radio show tomorrow?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, what time?" And the guy was like, "Oh, I record from 7 to 9. And I was like, we'll see. And then I didn't go because I was sound asleep. And then afterwards, somebody asked me, they were like, "Oh, I thought you were going to do the radio thing." And I was like, "You know what? I'm going to tell you something true about me. Unless I'm on the clock, I don't really get up and do a lot of stuff before 10 a.m. If I'm on the clock, I'm responsible.
Or you could do it like I did at South by Southwest. I went out drinking with Knoxville one night.
Yep.
And just rolled straight from the all-nighter into the interview the next morning. That's another way to go about it.
Oh, son of a bitch. I got to find that interview. I've probably done versions of that. But I'm like, unless there's money involved. Yeah. I sleep like a baby until like 9:30. Because that's...
9:30. That's what children do.
Yeah.
Children.
Teenagers
like that are going through growth spurts.
No,
that need to sleep.
Lazy adults. I'm owning it, man. This is who I am.
Just because you own it doesn't justify it.
Oh, I'm not looking to justify it in terms of like society.
Why not? You are a plight.
What am I doing? Let's say I get up at 7, like the working world. Mm-hmm. I have nowhere to be most days. What am I doing? What do you want me to do? You want me to get up and just go for a walk? What am I supposed to do?
Yes, it might change the attitude.
No.
For the better. You should get up and you should start thinking about your dreams and you should start pursuing them. Because I don't know what you're doing now.
I mean, I woke up today and I was like, what do I want to do today? I know. I want to interview, what is your name? Todd Riggle.
Rob. You know it's Rob. You've known me for years.
Program.
Don't even act like that.
I'm just...
Also, are you one of these, like, I know you're not. You want to be a millennial where you just want to smoke weed all day and sleep till 9:30, get up, smoke a bowl, and then get a burrito bowl from Chipotle, and then I'm gonna do my podcast. Is that your story, Sam?
It is not my story.
Good.
You know I don't care for millennials. I don't. We really need to fix what the term millennial means because, like, baby boomers meant a very specific, finite, like, generational thing.
Yeah, millennials were born after 84.
Well, no, it's not, though. I have read, and somebody posted something the other day, and I looked, and it's true. People are classifying millennials being born as early as 1981 and as late as 1996. So that means Captain America and the new Spider-Man are both millennials. Chris Evans was born in 81. Tom Holland was 1996.
I don't buy any.
They're calling both of them millennials. I don't buy it either. You know what a millennial is?
What do you classify it as?
Someone born January 1st, 2000.
No.
Yeah, because they were literally born on the new millennium, so they're a millennial. Period. No, a fucking millennial was born like 1986 or later, 88. Like, people born...
Let's call it 88.
Fine.
That's a good one,
because, like, to me, I hear millennial and I think someone who doesn't know an analog world.
Yes. Yes.
They have no life experience in the analog world.
If you never printed up a paper for school and had to suffer through a dot matrix...
Yeah.
then you don't know what pain is.
Yeah, if you didn't have to tear off the perforated edge on the side of your printed document afterward,
then there's a good chance you're a millennial.
Are
we doing a Jeff Foxworthy?
Yeah, I was about to say,
we're doing Jeff Foxworthy right now. Copyright Rob Riggle. It's mine.
Fuck!
It's mine.
I missed it. I could.
You should have copyrighted it.
Oh, there could have been books, comedy specials, a tour, T-shirts. I blew it. Now it's all yours. Yeah, for me, that's the marker. Is like if this person grew up and like by the time they were, 10 or 11 years old, everything was digital already, or even earlier than that.
You know what's funny too is
9 or 10.
I watched The Departed recently.
Yeah,
that was made in '96.
Departed was 2006.
Sorry,
that's okay.
That's exactly right. I was thinking 6. Anyway,
you got it.
2006. You're absolutely right. It was made in 2006.
Yeah.
The literally like months before the first smartphone. The first smartphone came out in 2007.
It did. June of 2007 was
That's right.
iPhone.
And so like Departed was that fall or that summer.
Yep.
And so, but you watch the movie and it's all flip phones. It's all flip phones.
Yep.
And there's a group of people that live in our world today who don't even understand what the flip phone was about.
Yeah.
And don't even, that was never a real thing. Or don't even go back to the Nokia brick.
Oh, yeah. They call that a candy bar style phone.
Yeah. I mean, there's some, the cell phone, just the cell phone technology and the computer technology was almost quantum leaping from 2000 all the way to present. Now I think it's plateaued just a little bit. At least now you can buy a computer and it's good for 3 or 4 years.
Sure.
Where back in the day, you buy a computer, a year and a half, 18 months later, you're like, this is antiquated piece of shit.
It's garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah. And so I mean, my first computer was the size of a living room. You've probably seen
you work for NASA?
In old archives.
You work for NASA in the 60s?
It was the punched paper with the dots and the dashes on it. No, like my first computer was it had 4 megabytes of RAM. Oh. I said megabytes.
Yeah.
4 megs of RAM.
Yeah.
It made the most noise. It was this giant tower. It was a nightmare. This was like 1993. And then my father, this is true, my father appeared on Jeopardy in 1993 and came in second place, and the prize was a laptop. Do you know what a laptop computer looked like in 1993?
Probably as big as a file cabinet?
It was enormous,
and
it weighed, this is real, it weighed 12 pounds.
Yeah.
I have the fucking thing still.
Jeez.
I will not ever leave.
Don't.
No, I'm keeping that to show these millennials.
Yes.
This is what we put
This
up
is
with.
what I had to put in the overhead.
When I was a teenager, this is what we dealt with.
Yeah.
You don't know struggle.
Yeah. You don't know pain.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
Good.
I literally have no idea what we were talking about that got us on that tangent.
I don't either.
Oh, wait, we were talking about Night School.
Oh, Night School. Go see it. It's
when
great.
When does it open?
September 28th. September 28th. And it's going to be a blast. It's really a funny movie. I think people will enjoy it.
I think they will too, because you're in it. True or false, do you have more screen time in Night School than you had in the 2009 classic, The Hangover?
More, I believe.
All right.
I believe. They
you hear that, Riggle fans? Get in there.
It's one of those things, too, where you never know. You know,
have you not seen the film?
The cutting room floor, no.
You've not seen it?
No.
Then I rescind the question. I assumed you'd seen it.
I saw an early cut, but an early cut doesn't mean anything. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
When I saw an early cut of a movie I was all over once, and then when
first movie I ever
came
did.
out, I was not in it.
First movie, first major feature film I ever did.
Yeah.
The
Jazz Singer?
I had a really cool scene. Nope, different movie.
Okay, sorry.
I had a great scene with Sarah Jessica Parker.
Mm-hmm.
We shot it in the streets of Annapolis, Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great scene. It was funny. I was improvising. We got some it was just great. And so I go back and I tell people naturally, hey, I'm in a movie with Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah.
And it's going to be great. We have this funny scene and da-da-da-da. And about 2 weeks before the movie came out, I get a call from the director.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Rob, I'm so sorry, but the film, it just was too long. It was just so long, and your scene was redundant with like two other people's scenes, and we just didn't need all of them. So we cut your scene, and I'm really sorry. You were great in it. And put the shine on.
Yep.
And we said, but we had to cut it. And I said, oh, I'm bummed out, but look, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And I understand, no problem. I hung up the phone, and I realized how many people I had told I was going to be in that movie. And I realized at that moment, never talk about that stuff
Till you've seen it.
Till you've seen it.
So what you're saying is
I might not be in this movie.
You might not be in night school.
There's a chance. There's always a chance.
We should that's got to be for a different podcast, like a movie discussion podcast. I wonder what like the biggest role of like a huge actor completely cut out of another movie is. The first thing off the top of my head would be
Eric
Kevin
Stoltz.
Costner.
Oh.
No, that's different. That
Yeah.
was a cast replacement. They were still shooting. But Kevin Costner in Big Chill.
What?
Yeah.
He was in that?
Yes. He was in a series of flashbacks that are all cut from the movie, and the dead body at the beginning of the movie, that starts with a funeral.
Yeah.
His funeral. He's the corpse. There were shots of his face.
That was Costner?
Costner.
What? Movie trivia, everyone. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So somebody should do a podcast about the most famous people cut out of things.
Wow.
There you go. Starting with Rob Riggle in that Sarah Jessica Parker movie, which I'm assuming was Striking Distance.
Actually, it was Failure to Launch, but okay.
Oh, okay. All right, a little later than I thought, but that's fine. Not late bloomer. Hey, you've got your own podcast where you harass people.
I try. It's called Riggle's Picks, and I do it with a very funny comedian, Sarah Tiana. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like the water cooler show, basically. When you're at the office and you go to hang out by the water cooler, you have conversations with people. Mm-hmm. And you talk about sports, the game that was on last night. Hey, did you hear LeBron signed with the Lakers? Yep. And, oh, my God, what about China? What about this? There's a trade war. And then all of a sudden, Kim Jong-un, he's doing all kinds of stuff. And, and then also there's this crazy story about a guy who stuffed his arm down an alligator's throat in Thailand. Mm-hmm. And the alligator had the balls to bite his arm off. Like these kind of things.
What? I did not see that coming.
Yeah. So we give you everything: sports, headlines, random weird stories. We do a lot of Q&A. We have a lot of fun. And so next time you're at the water cooler, if you listen to our show, you'll be able to say, "Oh, I've got something to contribute to this conversation. Maybe I'll get a date."
You're looking for dates at the water cooler.
I think most people are.
I got to be honest. In this climate.
Okay,
we're talking about right now, you should be really careful about trying to get dates at the water cooler unless you work at a water cooler company. Because then your excuse is like, well, where am I supposed to go in this office to meet somebody? Yeah. It's everywhere is a water cooler.
Right. Would you just ultimately suggest that men stop talking to women?
I would say stop talking to women in a professional environment unless it is to say you've been promoted and here is your raise.
Yeah.
Unless those are the
job.
Good job.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure that you are now paid as well as everyone else for doing this job that you are just as good at. Unless that's what you're going to say, just shut up.
Yeah.
They've heard it.
And
they're sick of your shit.
Where do you go then for social interaction?
That is it's my understanding.
Don't say a Cubs game. Don't.
No. That's where you go to watch the greatest team play. It's my understanding bars.
They serve alcohol there.
They serve alcohol. That's still for a large part of society where they go to meet other people of the opposite sex and see if they have chemistry with them. Oh, and also NAMBLA conferences.
That's a different thing, I think.
No, that's where I've met the last several loves of my life.
Okay. Well, I'll explain that to you later, probably when we're not recording.
That's the North American Marlon Brando Lovers Association.
So do you all walk around going,
you should have seen me in the score.
Yeah.
I want to be clear. I am ripping off a South Park joke, and I'm aware of that. But I knew Rob hadn't heard it, guys. I could get him. I knew I could get him with that. Tip of the hat to South Park. Dude, this was great.
Thank you for having me.
And it occurred to me what the tangent we went off on was. I was telling you I was lazy and I don't rouse myself out of bed unless I'm on the clock. You know what I also do is I do crazy research when I've got a guest coming on. this show.
Is that what you call porn these days?
Yeah.
Research?
Yep. I do crazy porn research. It helps me. It helps focus me.
Yeah, you don't have to explain.
There has only been one other guest who I've had on that I did zero research for, and that was our friend, the hilarious Steve Agee. So I want to thank you
for giving
me a total free pass. The amount of research I did on this was I emailed your fantastic assistant Chandler and said, what is stupid Rob promoting right now? What is this dummy got a pitch? I'll just mention it, and then we'll just talk about what a great guy he is and his service record, and talk about blah.
We didn't talk about my new pilot.
You got fucking A.
Yeah.
I didn't know that we were allowed to. I don't know that
well,
that's still breaking news.
It's in the trades.
So you know what? It's free. That's fair game. Yeah. So no, for real though, actual talk. I read about this and I smiled and I did a fist pump on your behalf. Please tell me about your new pilot.
Thank you. It's a pilot for Fox, which means we're going to shoot the thing and then God knows what'll happen. But Leah Remini, Caitlin Olsen, who Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and the whole Sunny in Philadelphia producing crew and writers.
And she was on another Crackle web series called Held Up back in the day.
Ooh, very nice.
Caitlin Olsen and I was on that with her. That's the only reason I would know that it was Crackle, because that's how I learned they existed.
Oh, nice. And she recently just came off The Mick.
Oh, yeah.
Where she was wonderful on that. Anyway, very funny situational comedy. We're going to film it. We're going to find out what happens soon. It won't be one of those long John, I think. So hopefully, fingers crossed. We're in rehearsals right now. So.
That's great. And it's off cycle.
Yeah.
It's a little inside baseball.
It is.
Because normally we've got a pilot season
Yes.
in Hollywood here that goes from like January to April-ish.
Yeah.
And then by May, they tell you whether or not the thing you shot's going anywhere.
Right.
But here we are in August.
Shooting a pilot.
Which
I've never done an off-cycle pilot. So I'm kind of excited. I think that's it could be fun.
I think it will be fun.
Yeah, and we're having a good time.
I'm very hopeful about this thing, and I can't wait to see it because everybody you named is really funny, and it's nice that they gave you work. So
I agree.
Yeah. So all right. So you've got that pilot, which hopefully will get picked up. You've got Riggle's picks, which people can hear. I mean, I just say it fast while nobody here at Earwolf is listening. Where can they hear that?
You can get it on Apple iTunes.
Perfect.
And Podcast One.
There you go. And then, of course, Night School coming out end of September. But the most important thing of all, the thing that you cannot forget, the thing that will melt your face and bring about world peace 10 days later.
Thank you.
Is
Rob Riggle Ski Master Academy on Sony Crackle.
And
It's available 13th again.
wow.
If you have Amazon Fire TV, it's available August 10th. 13th, August 13th. So you can get ahead of the curve by 10 days on this.
If you've got an Amazon Fire TV,
Yep.
you are going to have your face melted
Earlier than everybody
10
else.
days before everybody else.
Right. And 20 days before world peace.
So if you're like, hey, I hate my face.
Yep.
I want it to melt because I've just watched some incredible entertainment.
And you want to get in. You want to get in that last hardcore party before world peace. Now's a chance.
Now's your chance. Amazon Fire TV, Sony Crackle, Rob Riggle Ski Master Academy.
Don't miss it.
Do not miss it.
Starring Samm Levine.
Please, I am a small part in that giant comedy extravaganza, and I thank you for letting me come play. It was some of the most fun I've ever had on set. But do not ask me to do season 2, because I'm not interested in hanging out with you on set anymore. What a fucking tyrant. I cannot thank you enough. Rob Riggle, guys, I am so grateful that I fooled you into showing up here today. I don't know what you thought you were going to be doing today, but you showed up here and you let me harass you.
I love it.
Sign it anywhere. I don't know. There's a big table here at the Earwolf studio that the people that come on the podcast like to sign, and Rob is trying to figure out where to put his John Hancock.
There's just...
There's too much greatness.
Did you say Hancock?
I don't know what I said. Whatever you heard is the thing I said.
Because I will put it all on the table.
All right. All right, I'm going to wrap this thing up. If you have listened to this, I want to thank you. I really phoned this one in today, folks. But you know what? Rob Riggle, he lets me phone it in. That's what I did on Ski Master Academy. Phoned it in. Not going to lie. But I still think it turned out well, because if you're not a good actor to begin with, it's hard for them to figure out if you're phoning it in. That's what I've always said.
Yep.
That's what Stanislavski didn't teach. So I want to thank you, the listeners, for listening to what I'm sure I'm going to refer to in the future as my favorite episode that I guessed.
That's all we can ask for.
I want to thank the wonderful people who made today happen, starting with Chandler Barbie, Rob's fearless assistant, who this legitimately would not have happened without. I want to thank, we had two people in the booth today. We had Jordan and Sam from the Earwolf Studios. Hats off to both of you for making that seamless transitioning of the baton and allowing the people to hear us, the wonderful Earwolf Overlords, and of course, Team Chat Show, our head writer, Jamie Foxx, Corey Levin on post, our producer, Jason McIntyre, and Chat Show himself, Mr. Kevin Pollak. We miss you. We love you. Have fun at the Masturbatorium. That's it for me. Until next time, you may fuck off.